So thank you for having us here in your studio.
Pleasure.
This is where everything happens. And just to introduce you, Flox, the project, the music, has existed for the last 7 years, more or less?
Nearly 10 now.
Maybe 10?
Yeah,
Okay.
time flies.
I wasn't there at the beginning. You've recorded 5 studio albums and 1 live album.
Yeah, that's it.
You're English and you live here in France.
Exactly. That's the situation.
That's the situation. And so I have some questions here for Reggae Vibes. Starting with your first musical memories, what would those be, and what took you towards reggae?
Okay, so I think my first memories are, it's between watching TV and going to a friend of my father's house who was a drummer who played with Charles Aznavour. And I remember coming to this house and seeing the drum kit set up and sitting there. And of course I was small, so I couldn't reach the drums. Yeah, and I felt really at home in this position with all these things around me, and I really felt that it was something that I was going to do in my life. And the second memory is watching a video clip of A Message in a Bottle from the band The Police, and I had the same sort of feeling that this was really something that was going to be part of my life.
How is it you produce and write your own music? How does that feel? What brought you there, and cope with working alone and all that?
I don't really know. I think I've always recorded what I played. It's been a reflex since the beginning, so I think that's what brought me to being a bit lonely on producing and creating, because when you can record and compose, you sort of can do it all on your own. So I know it's something that's not good, but I know as well that it's something that is cheap to do, because you don't have to pay people, you don't have to pay studios, and cheap and fast to do too, because you can do it all by yourself. So I can't remember. Yeah, I think that's why, because I've always recorded music at the same time.
I'm supposed to ask you if you play and record all the instruments.
I can, but I can do it at my level. So when I have an idea that's probably something that really needs a feeling or probably more experience in the instrument, I call my great musicians, and I do it quite often. And I always try to make them play, for the drummer, I always try to make him play something that I've already played, because I prefer that it's the musician playing than myself. But sometimes my idea is so personal that I need to be the one playing the instrument. But no, and if I had money and time, I would hire the musicians for a year, and we would work hard. But it's really
on a sailing boat,
on a sailing boat. But it's really a question of time and money, really.
And you're starting to acquire a certain reputation in videos as well.
Yeah.
So do you make your own videos from scratch?
Yeah, I've been doing that quite recently, and realizing that it's something I like to do, but it takes time as well. So I don't know where I'm going with that, but a GoPro is quite cheap. I like making sound, and I think sound and image is something. I went to an art school, so I'm quite familiar with images and composition, and things like that. So it's something that I like to do, but sometimes I think I'm doing too much. But it's how it is.
Have you ever been to Latin America?
Nope. I'm very into Brazilian music. It's something that I must do, go to Brazil, to the north of Brazil, more precisely, to discover the music that I like. I've been to Cuba, that's the only sort of Latin country that I've been to. But that's something that I must do in my life. I know that.
We must go
and play.
In my life, of course.
Exactly.
Amongst the many styles that exist in reggae music, which one would you feel more comfortable with? Which one do you prefer?
That's a good question. I think that Bob Marley is the real
cornerstone.
Yeah, probably the cornerstone of reggae, because it's not only reggae, it's composition too, and it's songwriting, it's quite. He could have done anything. I think he just was born in Jamaica, but he would have been a great rock songwriter. I think I was mostly influenced by Linton Kwesi Johnson, who was more of a spoken word reggae singer, and that's probably what made me feel that I could do that, because I wasn't a singer, I was a drummer at the beginning. So hearing somebody else just speaking, and it's more poetry than actually songwriting, and I felt I could do that. So yeah, that's probably one of my first major influences in wanting to do it, not in listening, but in wanting to make reggae.
And you just released the latest album. It's called Homegrown.
Yep,
it's grown right here.
Where is it? Let me go and get it.
There you go.
You see that?
So Homegrown.
Yep.
That was released about a few weeks ago, actually.
Yep, exactly.
And what would you say? What sounds or ingredients are specific to this new album?
I think that I want it to be 100% reggae, which means that there's a skank. For me, if there's a skank, it's reggae, so it's quite open. I want it to be that works from the beginning to the end as a one. And I've heard people saying that they think that it's too short, but that is something that I wanted to make it strong and tight, I suppose. So I think the length is 45 minutes or something like that.
Condensed.
But nowadays, condensed, exactly. Nowadays, I think that it's best to have something that condensed than just one or two songs listened to among 15 or 20. I think that 20 songs on an album or 15 is too much today, but that's my personal opinion.
What is your relationship to spirituality and the sense of awakening in reggae, as in maybe the idea of conveying a message? How do you...
Well, I think that you don't have to, you can do whatever you want. I mean, I'm free to say whatever I want and to associate whatever I want with music. So I'm not really into the message of spiritual directions on reggae. But I must admit that without spirituality, the sort of roots side of reggae wouldn't exist if artists like Burning Spear didn't put that amount of spirituality into the music. We wouldn't have the reggae feeling that you were talking about in your question. So I respect that, as I respect every religious belief, but I don't feel that I need to use that as a message. My message is just be nice with your neighbour, share love and respect, of course, and listening to. You get much richer when you listen than when you speak. That's what I would say.
Okay.
We'll be here to greet Reggae Vibes. Greeting to all the listeners of Radio Infinity, Reggae Vibes. We'll be coming soon, Reggae Vibes. We'll be all over you. Oh yeah. Something inspiring, Reggae Vibes. Something in Spanish, my friend. Come on. Reggae Vibes. Greetings to all you people listening to Radio Infinity. Reggae Vibes.
Estaremos en esa parte del globo dentro de muy poco tiempo.
Yeah. Reggae Vibes. This is Flox here. We'll be over there soon. We hope. Reggae Vibes. Thanks. Cheers, everyone. Reggae Vibes. Adios.